Hello and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Just getting a coffee. Actually, I don't like hot drinks, but you know, it plays into the whole thing of the stuff. Good. Well, that started out really well. So let's get down to a job. How about this busy M8? That sounds like a job that requires jobbing. As you can tell, you're in for an absolute verbal masterclass today, as apparently I can't talk. So, some of you will be thinking, yay! And some of you will be thinking, mainly the yays. Right, so timing, running gear faults, gearbox, replace body parts. So the timing parts are all listed, running gear faults aren't. No, the gearbox faults. So the running gear is the main issue, so that's all the suspension and shiz, as you can see. So that'll take some faffing to find, and the gearbox itself is knackered. But the timing parts are at the front, and we will need to disassemble all this crap. So let's get on with that. Do. Pardon me. Oops. Oh. Okay, I'm also having trouble clicking buttons accurately. This might go quite slowly, or if not slowly, at least quite painfully. And if you were here looking for a really fun video, you know, you might wanna look elsewhere. So have I taken all these off? Timing belt, V8. No, timing belts are inside, underneath. I'm to get those. I'll take these off. Oh, the joys of the V8 engine. That's why you hire a mechanic to do all this stuff. This job could be completed by a home mechanic. Yeah, it could be, but you know, you're gonna spend hours and hours and hours taking all these bits off your car, then forgetting which order they go back on in. Right, so I have to take these off. I have to take these off. I have to take these off. Take off the ignition. Yeah, the ignition coils. We can leave the sparkies in there. So that's something. There we go, and the same on this side. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. When stuff doesn't work, it might be that you're doing it wrong. Might not be, but it might be. Right. Okay then. Timing cover off almost, just a few little bolties, and then we want these timing belts. Okay, so that's all of that. Timing belt, belt tensioner, water pump was outside. Okay, so we can move on to the running gear faults now. I don't necessarily need to take off the wheel, but it allows much easier access, and you can see what you're doing. And in this case, we really didn't need to take the wheel off. Ah, there we go, some suspension-y bits that need fixing. And as usual, it surprises me that you need to take off the shock absorber before you can get the spring off. But that's the way it looks here. I mean, it might be very different in an actual car with actual stuff. Right, so it's a rear wheel drive, so I don't have to take off any axles to get the gearbox. Ooh, just double check. The starter motor on these, I'm pretty sure you have to take out from underneath the car. Yeah. I've already managed to give it. Look, I've managed to break the game now. I'm not pressing any buttons. It's doing this more and more frequently. I wonder if it's my keyboard. Still, at least it's forwards. Usually this happens when you're looking side. Oh, I can't go backwards. That hasn't helped. Oh, it's doing it all the time. So it's doing it now as well. Okay, I need to sort this out. Oh, there we go. Not quite sure. I pressed Control S as I slapped the keypad there. I don't know if. Can't imagine that there's anything specific. Still, problem solved for now. Although it has happened the last few times I've played, so I do wonder if I'm starting to get some sort of issue. Who knows? It used to happen when you'd mash the keypad, you press more keys than you were meant to, and the keyboard would freak out a bit. That was one of the ways it used to happen. You're playing FPSs and you'd slap all the buttons trying to get away, and then your character would just be sidling across the whole arena. Fun times. So I have to get underneath the car for that. So let's see what else is doable at this level. Pressing all the wrong buttons and pressing them in the wrong order. Good. Okay, we need to take off a lot of this. I'm sure we can take some of it off without going underneath the car. Here we go. Just need to take out a little bushing. It's a relatively complicated rear assembly of suspension. So it has to be lifted up for a lot of that to be taken off. I have to take all the brakes off to get to the knuckly bit as well. So I took the axle off, then the hub, and now we're accessing the rear wheel nut. I have to take off all this shiz. How'd you come, Mr. Bush? Oh, take the steering arm, rear suspension arm. There's the sway bar. Let's take off whatever that is. Underneath the car. Maybe I'll have to remove the springs as well, so they're touching, and that needed replacing as well. I guess it's time to lift it up in the air and have a butcher's. Alright, so now what do we need to take off this? There we go. And then we need to take off the suspension arm. Then we can finally remove that. How do we get the sway bar off? What's it attached to? Suspension arm. There we go. Oh yeah. Take off the brakes. I might have to remove the axle. Yeah. And the hub bearing thingy, and then the knuckly bits. Knuckle housing. What's that attached to? Apparently it's attached to this, and a bushing. There we go. So that's the rear suspension, basically almost completely removed. So what was there at the front that needed fixing? One of the things we need to do is take off the drive shaft so that we can get at the gearbox. Something we could be doing. There we go. That's right, it's awkward for more reasons than one. Okay, so now we should, if we can get anywhere near it, we should be able to sort this out. Oh yeah, we've got this to take off as well. Look. Whilst we're here, there's all the suspension at the front, I think. All the stuff I can see anyway. So this pressure plate looks knackered. Clutch plate looks knackered. Flywheel also looks knackered. Okay, there we go. So now we can check to see if we have all the bits. So we've missed what's probably a bloody bushing. Got all the gearbox bits. Right, so we need to find a little bit of suspension brown. Bit of suspension brown. That's right. There it is. Of course we can double check that. Part not discovered. Okay, so that wasn't it. Seems odd. Whatever. Let's check the other side. Zoom out. There we go. That seems fine. All seems good. There wasn't much suspension left, of course, unless it's something I can't easily tell, like this sway bar or something. Yeah, that's fine. Fine, see? Or the other thing was for the inner... No, they both look fine. Or it could be a wheel hub or something really tiny that you can't see. You know, something like this. That seemed fine. Let's check this side. That looks fine as well, isn't it? There's no brown inside. Let's have a look at the back. Let's double check. As far as I was aware, we've taken out pretty much all of the suspension. If you could not be so close to it. There we go. So what's this? That's a suspension element. That's all that's left. Everything else has been removed. Okay, so it's updated now. It hadn't updated before. That's kind of tedious. Alright, whatever. I thought we'd done the job, and we had. A little bit of confidence was all that was required. Okay, so buying stuff. You know the drill. It's the long and tedious swapping between the list and the car parts time. So, we need belt tensioner and 2 timing belts. Timing belts. Oh, V8s, awesome. And a water pump V8. Water pump V8. And a water pump pulley. Okay. Front shock absorber. Front spring in a tie rod. Front spring in a tie rod. Lower suspension arm, rear axle knuckle housing A. Lower suspension arm, rear knuckle housing A. Did I say? Yes, times 2. Okay, rear shock absorber cap, rear suspension arm, rear shock absorber cap, rear suspension arm, and then rear suspension arm A and B. Seems bizarre, but whatevs. Rear sway bar B and rear wheel hub. Rear sway bar B and rear wheel hub. Memory loss. Wow, I've done all this, have I? Good grief. Wow, that's weird. Your brain just fugues slightly. Rear wheel hub, I think we just bought. So rubber bushing. Is it 2 of those? Yes, and a spring cap. Spring cap. Okay. I guess I bought all the other bits. Weird. It's like deja vu but in reverse. Something you remember not, or you don't remember having done, but you think you have done. Anyway, clutch plate, gearbox, clutch plate, yes, clutch pressure plate, yes, flywheel, yes. Is there anything else? Gearbox V8. There we go. Okay, so that's all of the parts, apart from the body parts. So let's put it all back together. See what have we got. Right, so we're a bit close. So let's put that on. Can we zoom out? There we go. Alright. Magical mystery tour. The first few times your brain completely forgets what you've been doing briefly or recently. It's the recentness, because you kind of think, well, I did that thing 2 years ago and I can't remember it. And you sort of think, well, you know, that's how life goes. You know, you forget the old stuff. So when you forget the stuff you well, supposedly, I mean, I've forgotten that I did it, but I've just done those things. I mean, this is a video, I can watch it back afterwards and say, look, there I do those things, and there all of a sudden I forget that I've done those things. And the first, like I said, the first time or two that happens, it's a little bit alarming, because you kind of, you know, it's, wow, it's hard to describe the feeling. Alarming. It pretty much covers it. A sort of panic attacky kind of way. Not as bad, not as tight-chested or anything like that, but you get that weird sort of, but my reality has changed, and that's not really. I'm not into that. There was a break in my reality, and we're not really designed well to cope with that. So, yeah, interesting and weird. Memories. They're not quite the things I thought they were. Oh, go in, you little bolty bastard. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, there's that rear bushing. A rear bushing? A rubber bushing. Yeah, there's rear bushings in for the lads. That should be a spring. Where's the springy bit? We've not done that yet. Rear suspension arm, sway bar, doohickey, little rubber bushing. Ah, there we go. There's the thing I needed. Let's put the spring on. So that, I feel, is the rear suspension rebuilt. Although I noticed I didn't have an extra sway bar link thingy. Oh, there we go. That's because it's not on this side. Ha ha ha. Noticing for the win. So the axle is there or isn't there? Isn't there? Okay, that's what we need to put the cap back on. Or in this case, the cap is a wheel. Alright, and so, aha, yeah, same thing on this side. There we go. Right, whilst we're underneath, mustn't forget we've got some gearboxing to do. Gearboxing, it's like normal boxing, but oilier. I don't know. There. Okay, good. One gearbox sorted out. Don't forget the black hole is where the starter motor goes. Easy to forget. Hard to start a car without. And then the drive shaft that you have to just be able to see the middle of to be able to replace. There. Oh, there we go. No, there we go. Right, the extra long bolting, super long arms. There, so that's all that done. So now we have to fix the suspension at the front of the car. Ugh, I clicked over there somewhere. Put me near the front of the car. Gosh darn it. Right. There we go. That's right, bling bling. Doing it wrong. Slide in the absorber of shocks with its little cap, its jaunty cap. Sway bar that I always forget. These motherfuckers. Did we take out the we did take out. Oh, not the axle though. Okay, so that's all of that. Let's put the wheel back on then. This fantastic way of bolting things in. Look, really saves a lot of time. It doesn't save any time at all. Right, so spring, shock absorber, bolty, jaunty cap. That's how mechanics remember how to put things together, you know, little mnemonic songs that they sing. And his jaunty little cap. Yeah. Right, so that's everything. A wheel hub and a tyre wheel majiggy. Okay. So double checking because my memory's gone. Putting new timing parts, not done that yet. Failed to put in a rubber bushing. Okay, so we're getting there though. Well, let's go look for that rubber bushing there. Oh, it was at the front, wasn't it, actually? I took a random rubber bushing out. Didn't appear to... Oh, so it didn't appear to be a problem, but it was. No, I need to be over there. No, not further away from where I want to be. Oh, fuck it, let's do it from here. Just reach through. Do the old reach around. There we go. So is that all of them? Yes. Right, let's bring the car down and fix the running... not the running gear, the timing gear. So, timing belt, timing cover, and some bolts. Yeah. Okay, and then all this nonsense has to go back on. And if you're lucky, you can manage to not bolt any of the bolts in. Yep. 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 That one, and the cover. Okay. Bolting forever. Whoop. Right. Oh yeah, and the cover for those, and then we can put on all this stuff. New water pump. Various idle rollers, various more idle rollers, one or two more idle rollers, another idle roller, water pump pulley, how about that, and a crankshaft pulley, there we go, and then we put some, go on, in you. And you pop a belt and belt tensioner, and then another belt, and so final idle roller, yeah, final idle roller. Alright, so all the timing gear is now sorted. Double checking by showing that. So that's just the body parts: front right fender, left headlight, right headlight. Okay, so headlights, front left fender. Apparently, looks fine to me. Yes, this is 100%. Front right fender, however, not 100%. So front right fender, left headlight, right headlight, rear bumper and trunk. Rear bumper and trunk, and then we have to go to the Mayen M8 body shop. Well, the body shop, and then to the Mayen M8 section, because for some reason you can't sort this by manufacturer. Mayen M8, I believe. I've got as much confidence as a dead beetle. Mayen M8, yes. So front right fender, left headlight. Front left fender, left headlight, rear bumper, right headlight, trunk. I think that's all I needed. Trunk, bumper, front right fender. No, didn't do that right. I bought the fucking left one, didn't I? Front right fender. Front right fender. Shouldn't be this hard. What the bloody hell is it? Mayen M8. Front right fender. Okay, and the headlight. Headlight. Okay, so can I close the hood? You. Oh, why can't I'm in the bloody assemble mode, so you can't close the hood in assemble mode, of course. Okay, so that's all those bought, plus an extra bit. Oh, I can't. I have to move it to the paint shop. There we go. Paint it factory colour. Choose from this array of factory colours. Whatever. It's not as bad as it could be. So we have it. Yeah, and in my inventory I have many things, some of which, 100%, I could fix some of them, couldn't Is there a possibility to sell all... Right, so I can tell you it's 1891. Right, let's just get rid of this car by pressing the right button. Buy. Right, so pre-fixing, my inventory is worth 1891. Right, let's try fixing it all. This will be a complete waste of time. Okay, so fixed all the parts I can possibly fix, and my inventory is now worth, hey, a little bit more. So another 500 on top of that, even with a few breakages. There we go, so that was worth doing. Marginally. Right, so time for my lunchtime turbo feast. Keeps me going all day long. Takes all my exhaust fumes and makes them better. Or something. What, you know, does a turbo thing to me. Fun analogy, that's right. So I'm ending with a fun analogy. Everyone chuckle. Bye.